My name is Teeny Bennett. I'm the head of school at Dar es Salaam International Academy, and I've been here for 5 years. DIA was established in 2003, so we mostly cater to a mixture of Tanzanian and expatriate families. We have about a 50% Tanzanian mix and 50% expatriate children that come to us from all over the world. At the moment, we have 34 nationalities. So when DIA was established, one of the main driving factors was that we wanted to offer unparalleled international education for students in Tanzania and in Dar es Salaam. And one of the reasons that we chose to implement the IB is because it's really a wonderful curriculum that prepares children for 21st century learning and really being ready for the world. There are quite a lot of private schools already in Tanzania, and there are quite a lot of private schools in Dar es Salaam. One of the beauties of the school systems that you can choose in Dar is there's a lot of different options. So I think there is a great opportunity for international schools and a great opportunity for different curriculum models in the Dar es Salaam area. At DIA, we wholeheartedly believe that everybody has a right to education, which is why we're very active in our service and action program, and which is why I mentioned to you that we have a very good support system for different NGOs. It is a private school, so we are a fee-paying school. We do have customers that look to enroll their children here, but we try to do as much as possible to give back to the community. We have a service and action program that runs all the way through the school, so kindergarten all the way to the middle school and what will be the secondary school. Does a lot of service and action projects, so we give back to our community in as many ways as we can, and we're also really excited about rolling out an internship program for Tanzanian teachers in the future. Absolutely. I think the IB curriculum is a wonderful model for preparing children for today's world. It's an approach to teaching skills rather than teaching knowledge. So that really prepares students for when they go out into the world. So they learn to research and they learn to do everything. So we really prepare children for day-to-day life. I've been very privileged. I've seen a lot of different types of education. So personally, I come from a country where education is free and it's supported by the government. I think that's an ideal model because then you can offer high-quality education to every family, which I think is the ideal model. I also have worked in an NGO sector where we have made sustainable education, so income of school fees cover costs. And then I've worked in a privately owned school, which is what DIA is. So I've seen all three different commercial models, and it's been very interesting to see the pros and the cons of all areas. I think there's definite benefits to everything. I think in an ideal case scenario, me personally, I think there should be better initiatives supported by the government that specifically towards teacher training and making sure that the standards amongst teachers is very high. I think the biggest move that needs to be made in education is upskilling teachers, because you really start only by changing an education model if you train your teachers well. So there need to be much more practical aspects of teacher training here. There needs to be more inquiry-based and preparing students rather than regurgitating information, which a lot of the Tanzanian curriculum is aimed at doing. It provides an opportunity to learn something and then to regurgitate the same information. It's very rote learning. I think the only way that you're really going to change the state of education is if you look at more problem-solving and more forward-thinking ways of changing education. The education status has a long way to go, I think, in Tanzania. I think one of the biggest challenges that the education in Tanzania faces is that you have primary schooling in Swahili, if you're talking about the government school, and then secondary schools exclusively in English. That really is quite difficult, and I know that it poses a lot of issues for students transitioning from primary school to secondary school. That's a difficult question. I think some of the challenges that we faced this year have been to do with the difficulty for some of our expatriate families to secure work permits. So we have lost some of our student body, specifically our international student body, as they are not having extended contracts. One of the other issues that we have is the permit situation. We take a lot longer now to process permits. So DIA has always tried to be an inclusive school that offers end-to-end education. So we're working at the moment at coming up ways that we can expand our program more. We're very interested in trying to offer more opportunities for vocational training. We're interested in expanding into early years education. And we really see ourselves growing, but without outgrowing that family feel that we have at the moment.